The fallacy of a landlocked Ala-Igbo Biafra. The Azumini Blue River is located in Okwa, East Local Government Area of Abia State, Biafra land. The town itself is located on the east bank of the river, which forms the state boundary with Akwa State. The river itself is 15 meters above sea level, and the river valleys are steep with 1 in 20 gradients. It has 3 major stretches: the Minu Obuako, which comes from Okwa West and capable of having a seaport on its own too, Mini Ogigo and Abatu Samanga. Presently, the river is a tourist haven for tourists because of its beauty and natural attractions, one of which includes its crystal blueness, turning green when it rains, and the super abundance of the finest liquor.
I think the best I know is the tourism. Tourism. Yeah, there was a time they talked about it, but eventually most of the efforts were local efforts. Some people created the ports, the beaches, marketed that to what? The expatriates in Port Harcourt. Luckily, Azumini happens to be, I think, one of the most secure areas of Okwa East. And some people came from Belgium and the US some time ago, and they looked at Azumini Blue River. That was in 2016, and looked at where to stay, and they all decided to stay here and then go to back.
The historical place of Azumini is that it was essentially the source of main business transactions during the hinterland and the rest of the world in pre-colonial times. Every palm oil trade between the hinterlands and Royal Niger Company, as well as trade in slaves with the slave merchants, was done in this water. It was in this water that the famous King Jaja of Opobo was sold as a slave boy to Bonny Island, coastal Biafra. If a business of that magnitude was carried out when marine technology was yet to develop, how much more now that smaller waters can be made sellable for vessels with bigger depth through dredging? In this case, will one still fret on the fallacy that hinterland Biafra is landlocked? His Royal Majesty, as a Professor Edward Ebereule, the traditional ruler of Azumini Ndoki Autonomous Community, has this to say.
Ala-Igbo is not landlocked. That's a fallacy. Azumini is in Abia State. Azumini culture is about how many percent? About 80 or 90, 50% Igbo culture, and 50% riverine Ijaw culture. Yes. Even if you talk, Opobo is an Igbo community. Yeah. Jaja was from Unkwere. Yeah. He was sold in Azumini here before. Azumini was here before Opobo. Jaja was sold there. Yeah. So sold to Bonny. From there he revolted and bulldozed his way to a small patch of land in Opobo.
There exists a deep seaport in Ebaka, Akwa State. If the government could approve Ebaka, there was an utmost need for the approval of Azumini to take care of Ala-Igbo, owing to their heavy entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah. Between 1999, 2003, 2007, there was a gazetted documentation by the National Assembly during the time of Adolfo Osamba. I think Azumini mini or dry port or seaport is also gazetted in international catalog.
We have a development policy here, is that you bring in the capital, we'll give you the land or the resources, then we'll have a deal. Our current policy is either 70-30 or 80-20, depending upon the capital. You recoup your profit, then the community gains. We create employment for the young ones, and everything gets developed.
This is the Blue River. Yes. It's 25 nautical miles from this location, Azumini, to the ocean.
It's not up to 24.
Okay.
It's just 5
kilometers.
Nautical miles.
Yes. This is end to Popo Nkoro. Bonny, River State too.
Efforts by the Abia State government to develop Azumini have never materialized due to the inherent marginalization of Ndi-Igbo in Nigerian contraption, because for any meaningful work at the seaport to take off, it must be licensed by Abuja. Fact is, Biafra, whether homogeneous or heterogeneous, will never be landlocked. Providence has so made fortune cast its beam of light on the indigenous people of Biafra that it will not be possible to catch them. Landlocked Biafra is a fallacious conspiracy.